Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the podcast. Today, I'm gonna talk about something different. It's about something philosophical. But hold on, please. Don't quit the podcast very quickly. It's not something boring. Because I know a lot of people don't enjoy listening to philosophical topics or podcasts. And I don't either, to be honest. But for today's topic, I guess it's a little bit different because the topic is about Stoicism. Maybe it's the first time you heard this word, maybe not, but as I said before, it's a philosophical term and it's actually an ancient Greek and then Roman philosophy. So let me actually tell you briefly the story of this word. So Stoicism was established by Zeno of Citium around 300 BC in Athens. It started when Zeno was a rich man and after losing his fortune in a ship accident, began studying philosophy and thinking deeply about life and how to stay calm in difficult situations. Later, he found his own school and taught in a public place called the Stoa Poikile, which gave Stoicism its name. This is when actually the word Stoicism came, and this is why we describe a calm person as a Stoic one. So, the core idea of Stoicism is that the universe is governed by reason, and living virtuously leads to happiness. This basically means that Stoicism is a philosophy about living a good life by focusing on what we can control and accepting what we cannot control. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers, said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength," which means that achieving actually our inner peace depends only on controlling our emotions, thoughts, and actions in the present, not letting our mind get stuck analyzing the past or worrying about the future. Actually, Stoicism is still useful today and is even applied as a therapy for many people because it helps them deal with stress, failure, and problems in a wise and calm way. And here is something really important. Actually, Stoic philosophers believe that living a good life is based on four main pillars. It's like four virtues, or we can say like four tools that help people become more resilient, calm, and in control of their lives. So here we talk about wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. First, there is wisdom. This means knowing what is good, what is bad, and what doesn't really matter for our life. It's like the ability to understand life clearly and making smart decisions and choices. Second, we have courage. So, not just fighting battles, of course, but having the strength to face difficulties and standing up for what's right, even when it is difficult or hard. Third, there is justice. This is about treating others fairly, being honest, and acting with kindness. And actually, Stoics believe we are all part of the same human community, so justice is very important here to ensure respect and balance in all things of our life. And fourth, we have temperance. This means self control, avoiding excess, and not letting desires control us, and of course, staying balanced in all the things of our life. I also like another thing interesting about Stoicism, which is called the dichotomy of control. It helps individuals achieve like internal serenity by teaching them to divide all life events into categories: things we control, such as our opinions, motivations, and desires, and things we don't control, such as our body, property, and reputations. Let me give you like some examples here to understand more. Imagine, for example, like in a job interview, actually getting a position is outside of your control because it depends on the interviewer's mood or other candidates. However, preparing like your best resume and perform well to persuade the jury is entirely within your control, right? Let me give you like another example. Take, for example, the football player. Actually, he can control his training, effort, discipline, and even focus for hours. But he can't fully control the final result, luck, or even his mistakes. There is also something ironic related to Stoicism. It's actually about Epictetus' philosophy when he said, "I have to die. If it is now, well, then I die now. If later, then now I will take my lunch, since the hour for my lunch has arrived, and dying I will tend to later." Actually, Epictetus argues that external events, including death, illness, and reputation, are ultimately outside our direct control. So worrying about them is just a waste of our mental energy. So actually, what is in our control is our immediate actions and our perception of the situation. There's also an interesting quote said by Marcus Aurelius when he said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. So this one actually is very powerful because it simply means we shouldn't stress ourselves for what other people think about us. Let's just focus on what looks good for us. It sounds like let's mind our business and not waste time to control everything around us. It is something like this. Honestly, there are a lot of things to say about Stoicism, so I truly invite you to search a little bit about it. It's really interesting, to be honest. Just to not let the podcast too long and boring, I've chosen to give you some brief ideas about this. Because when I watched some videos and did some research, I found that Stoicism is one of those philosophies that anyone can take certain aspects from it. So I said to myself, why not share what I've learned in this podcast? For me, I'm gonna look deeply into it because I need it to help myself deal with negative stress, especially about things that are out of my control, or simply nonsense things. So this is my review about it. So what do you think? Did you find this philosophy can be useful for your life? You can tell me in comments if you want. So yeah, that's all for today. I hope you enjoy listening to this episode, and until next time, bye bye.